The financial capital of India, Mumbai, witnessed a powerful gathering of minds united by one agenda: building the Maharashtra of tomorrow. Welcome to Adani Group presents the Hindu Maharashtra Infrastructure Conclave 2026, a landmark platform that brought together policymakers, urban planners, industry leaders and global voices. From bold visions to ground-level realities, join us as we take you inside one of Maharashtra's most defining conversations of the year. The first session saw a compelling fireside chat on navigating the financial capital, exploring the opportunities and challenges shaping India's urban future. Let's take a look.
Soon after you took charge, we saw early morning visits, 5 a.m. visits, 6 a.m. visits, and you have been visiting the dump yards, some of the areas where litigations are going on. Tell us about your first observations and learnings as the municipal commissioner of the financial capital.
Municipal corporation is all about providing basic services to people. So while we do the glitzy mega projects, which are also required for the city, for smooth movement of traffic, for better connectivity, but at the same time, the day-to-day drill, which provides basic services to citizens, which is being carried out by municipal corporation as part of their mandatory duties, that is the most important thing, and that is, these are the unsung heroes, the municipal workers who keep doing these things since morning till night and throughout the night. And the very reason for these early morning visits, because that is when BMC starts working. The SWM laborers, workers, they start collecting waste at 6 o'clock in the morning. The sewerage operation starts, they start working at that time. So I thought I must visit these places, I must see how they are functioning, what are the gaps in that, what people expect, how BMC actually functions. And that has been my focus, and that has been my first impressions of the municipal corporation's functioning.
Mumbai has always been the financial engine of not just Maharashtra but the country. How does BMC look at Mumbai when the goal is a true $1 trillion economy?
Maharashtra's goal has a goal of $5 trillion economy by 2047. And by 2030-31, it is $1 trillion economy. Mumbai and MMR would obviously contribute substantially to this incremental growth. Mumbai's economy today is mainly contributed by the fintech sector, which is there in Mumbai. But going forward, I can see there is a huge scope for tourism. There is a huge scope for GCCs in Mumbai. There is a huge scope for hospitality and IEC industry in Mumbai, and also education sector, higher education. Many foreign universities are coming to Mumbai. So all these sectors will ultimately contribute, and of course entertainment sector. So the Growth Hub plan has identified which are the areas which would be further progressing and contributing to this incremental growth in our economy, and how BMC has to support that. Those issues have already been identified, some short-term, mid-term, long-term kind of action which BMC has to take, and the city's economic development plan has been prepared, and we have detailed out the projects which were identified in the Growth Hub plan, which were to be done by BMC, and our team is working on that.
The conclave continued with a high-energy panel on Kumbh, the spiritual boost for a regional economy, examining how one of the world's largest spiritual gatherings is becoming a powerful catalyst for regional economic growth.
Mr. Singh, if I can ask you the significance of Kumbh Mela at Nasik. It is happening up to 12 years. And the significance and what has been done so far in preparation of that, if you can please tell us.
I hope everyone knows Nashik is one of the 4 spots where actually Kumbh happens. Prayagraj, by now everyone knows. Haridwar, Ujjain and Nashik. The number of people that we're expecting to troop into Nashik this time is almost increased by about 5 to 6 fold. So there were about 2.5 crore people who visited Nashik Kumbh in 2015. This time we're expecting about 12 crore people. And 12 crore is the planning number that we are keeping for ourselves. Frankly speaking, if you ask me, it could be anybody's guess what the final number could be. But we need to keep a number for ourselves as far as planning is concerned. There is one planning which is for the hard infrastructure part. And in that, Honorable CM has been very, very clear that we are not just building Nashik for Kumbh, we are building Nashik for the longer term. And why we say that is that if you look at the overall outlay and the overall spend that we are doing for Kumbh, it is nearing almost about more than 30,000 crore if we club the central funds, the state funds, and also the funds that are coming through the Nashik Trambakeshwar Kumbh Mela Authority. And to that regards, majority of the funds are actually going for the long-term infra upgradation of the whole Nashik region.
Now, Madam Khatri, if you can tell me about the ground thing that is happening in Nashik right now, what you have been, as a municipal commissioner, what you have prepared so far?
We have been able to unlock a lot of private capital through various mechanisms. We raised 400 crores of municipal bond in the National Stock Exchange in last 6 months. One of it was a public issue and it received 5 times oversubscription. So imagine a household, a retail investor is investing in Nashik because of Kumbh. So the impact we are already seeing. Another very prime example of unlocking the private capital, I'm not even talking about government funds, the private capital. We have come out with a public-private partnership project of a truck terminus. It is right at the entrance of the city from where all the logistical supply, they flow into the city. So a lot of traffic comes into the city of heavy traffic, So we wanted to decongest the city. What better time than Kumbh for that? And luckily, it was not easy. We reached out to market. We wanted some private party to invest 100%, take the land from us, invest 100%, create the facility and run and operate it. Also provide the public amenity of logistic services and the truck terminal services that needs to be provided. So we found a party. They are now investing 100 crores of private capital without even a single penny being invested by Nashik Municipal Corporation. So these are just examples, and we asked them, why are you doing it? I mean, it's a huge capital for a city like Nashik. We have never done any project in PPP. So this is our first project. It's quite huge for us. So we asked, why are you doing it? Because Madam, Kumbh is there. We'll finish this project in 1 year, then Kumbh will help us kind of do well in business. Eventually, whoever is putting in money has to take it back. And for us, the aim is to provide services to the people. So both ends served. So I think Kumbh is already starting having that impact. We have been able to monetize our lands. Imagine if a government body is able to monetize its land and its resources, its assets lucratively, then what impact it will have on the privately owned properties, land, how better their monetization, the value will become. So I think it's already started.
Luvana, you're an urban planner. You are watching the projects very clearly. If you can tell us what you have seen and what improvement need to be done, if things are done properly.
How do you use this as an opportunity to really think about mobility as a very strong driver to connect some of these disconnected places in the city, and then make sure that there is a much more planned expansion that happens, because expansion is happening, growth is happening. Few kind of next steps that I would lay out. One is really thinking about the environment department as a very key kind of coordinating and incubator body to actually think about what these boutique projects can be. Alongside, some of the sort of religious corridors that are being planned, can we actually think about boutique projects that, you know, people can go and visit and like think about it from a tourism point of view, blue-green infrastructure projects, sponge infrastructure projects, like maybe EV infrastructure that is actually integrated into these corridors and create almost like this kind of counter idea of the city that is really presenting what the next 10 to 12 years of a sustainable transition would look like. If these are successful, working with community, creating maybe very robust community bodies that can, you know, build a certain social contract with these communities, these could become models for other tier 2 cities to actually emulate. So I think these are, you know, some of the broad propositions that I'd put.
Very interesting. The Mahakumbh in Prayagraj was just over last year. So what is the learning from there and how you are involving the private sector? For example, now there's a great delegation from the Adani is here. They had done some great work there at the Mahakumbh, you know, offering food and managing crowd. So how you are involving the private sector, you know, to make it more successful?
So one of our learnings was that initially we had a lower bound with regards to the number of people we were planning for. Prayagraj sort of made us realize that probably it's a lower bound. We need to take a higher bound. Another learning is that the cross-section of people attending Kumbh has changed. Earlier it used to be, typically speaking, senior citizens, so to say. Now it's the young crowd that is coming. It's people coming from all cross-sections of society, all economic cross-sections of society, and it has really thrown it a very, very interesting mix of the people who are attending. As far as the private sector involvement is concerned, I think whether it is Adani or the other major industrial groups from the country, we have begun to indulge with them, and through Honorable CM and other this thing, we'll be indulging with them more and more in trying to see, for example, of what sort of conveniences that I was talking about. And one beautiful thing that I find about the whole organization of Kumbh is that it is not the Sarkar alone which can do it. What you say, you know, Samaj, Sarkar, Bazaar, all three have to come together apart from media and other people to make and to ensure that the 12 crore people who come return back safely, 12 crore people who come return back healthy, they return back happier than they were, which involves providing a lot of convenience, which involves providing a lot of services, etc. And I think whether it's the industrial groups, whether it's civil society, whether it's other cross-sections of society, all of us have to come together to ensure that we are able to do justice to that one person who's coming with a very, very deep sense of spirituality, somewhere inside, trying to believe that that is something which is almost like a journey of lifetime for that one individual, and how we can ensure that all these individuals, we are able to provide justice to that.
Ravina, is there anything that you can suggest?
One thing that I think would want to kind of close on is that Kumbh is also, it's primarily a festival to celebrate the river. I think just, you know, sort of staying with that thought to really think about water pollution as an important sort of priority. I know that a lot is being done around the Godavari and along the Godavari, but there are secondary rivers like the Nandini that actually meets with the Godavari. You know, just double ticking on the fact that these are seeds of change that can be, you know, put into DPRs and tender documents this year to be able to start incrementally this whole process of really celebrating the rivers.
Any industry, be it agriculture, be it wine, be it any other export-oriented, any industry needs connectivity and mobility. So, and also a lot of logistical support. That is what also we are planning through widening of the roads, through decongestion. What we mean by decongestion is also this decongestion, that the heavy trawlers that don't need to come in the city should not come in the city. So through truck terminus, through ring roads, and every other initiative that we have taken is kind of planned long-term for overall mobility of the industry.
Up next, the spotlight turned to the untapped opportunities, Maharashtra's maritime sector. A fireside chat on the immense potential that lies beyond the coastline. Let's take a look.
Mumbaikars have for long waited for proper water taxis, proper utilization of the waterways, which hasn't really happened. What stops the government and what is being done now?
Maharashtra as a state, under the leadership of Honorable Devendra Fadnavis ji, we wanted to lead the entire maritime development journey. So first and foremost, what we did is we came up with a policy, a state government policy for the maritime sector, where shipbuilding, ship repair and ship breaking can be how we as a state government are planning to support, how we are planning to encourage them. And I'm happy to tell you, Vinayji, that we are the only state in the entire country which has an independent policy for shipbuilding. So after that, that response has been tremendous. We have a lot of people who are approaching us as the Ports Department of Maharashtra, where they want to set up factories on our coastline for the shipbuilding and different ancillary units. They have been acquiring lands. A lot of inquiries have been coming. So I think in the shipbuilding sector in coming times, you will see Maharashtra leading the way. Our Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis ji and all of us got together. We prepared a roadmap of how we can connect Mumbai and the MMR region through the water transport system. We all have traveled through our metros, an excellent international kind of infrastructure we have for the metro system. On the basis, on the same lines, we are coming up with the Mumbai water metro system, which we are going to connect the entire MMR through the water metro system. We have around 21 to 22 stations where people can land, people can get down, and we have connected the entire MMR region through this water metro system, which is going to start as early as 2028.
What is the vision for dock development for big dockyards, small dockyards? And B, what is the state government doing in order to allay the concerns of the fisherfolk community?
We are there to help them. We are there to solve their problems. We are not there to take away their dockyards or their fishing harbors. First time in the history since the formation of Maharashtra, we have our own scheme for the fishermen of Mukhya Mantri Matsya Yojana, Matsya Sampada Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, we all know. We have our own scheme for the fishermen now. Last year, when I took sworn in as the Minister of Fisheries, our budget was 212 crores. Now we have a budget of 1,240. So our intent is very clear. Our vision is very clear. We want to grow in the fishing sector. We want to support them. We don't want to take anything away from them. You've not seen one complaint where, we have taken away the Sassoon dog. We have taken away any other dogs. Ulta, we are sitting there speaking to companies, expertise who are giving us expertise so we can help them to multiply and double their production.
The conversations continued with a panel on Mumbai and beyond, the plan for an expanding metropolis, unpacking the ambitious vision for a growing metropolis and the infrastructure driving it forward.
There has been, till now, substantial criticism that Mumbai has been the big brother and everything else is the dormitory town. How do we really now see in terms of allocation of funds? Do we really see there's an uptick in a region getting its due rather than, the focus being Mumbai?
Mumbai MMR region, the fund allocated and the projects ongoing are 4 lakh crores. MMR region, which contributes of Mira Bhayandar, now you say recently, our Honorable Chief Minister inaugurated the metro in Mira Bhayandar, which is the first metro outside Mumbai. Thane internal metro will be inaugurated very soon. Kalyan metro work is going on. So we are investing a lot in the peripheral cities. It is like decongesting Mumbai and giving jobs. As you rightly said, they were the dormitory towns. My constituency person is traveling every day to South Mumbai for jobs, because all the jobs are like situated in the South Mumbai. But we do have MIDCs there. We do have Amarnath MIDC. We do have Kalyan Dombili MIDC. But now we are coming up with the data centers. We are coming with the logistics centers. We are coming up with the skilled development centers which are working in alliance with the MIDC. It is a holistic kind of approach where the city is spreading into 6,200 or 800 acres.
We have a pedestrian first policy for Mumbai. However, what we find is that all the infrastructure projects which are happening tend to be vehicle first. So can you throw light on this pedestrian first policy? How do we improve that? And the SATIS schemes which need to kind of transform Mumbai suburbs.
To begin with, let me say that there is a challenge to a holistic development of the city. One has to understand that fact very clearly. That 437 square kilometer of Mumbai, when we say that we are entering into an area where we need to develop this city at the next level, then obviously there are certain challenges. And these challenges cannot be overcome within a day or a night. Vehicles creates a more carbon emission. So how can we give an alternative to it? Then the ring road, coastal road, cement concretization of the road, potholes-free road, seamless traffic, this all which you have mentioned, that is a vehicle-first approach. This is not only a vehicle-first approach. This is a city's environmental betterment approach. And therefore, these are the works which is going on, number one. Number two, we believe we want to protect, and we are doing for the pedestrians, and that's why you can see the creation of the promenade, which is more than 5 kilometers, which starts from Nariman Point, comes to Worli. That is something for the pedestrian, which was city lacking every time. We see at Bandstand, be it a Carter Road, be it a Bandra Bandstand, let's take it to the Warsaw. So whole of the coastal lines, eventually step by step, let this open space get utilized for the citizens. Let they enjoy their walking. Let they enjoy the running. So there is a practical approach about the same. So we are working on even convenience to the walkers. Now we have entered into the third stage, that not vehicle first approach to the walkers, but also a cycle first. And we have seen the cycles and bicycles planning areas are getting enhanced, be it a promenade and many other places, even at the coastal road. So these are the three ways which we are trying to plan. Yes, there are challenges. Step by step, we are achieving the same. Now, SATIS is concerned, it takes an immense follow-up and a great courage to do the same. I'm saying it because practically we all know that we have to take into the consideration all stakeholders, be it a legal hawker, I'm talking about legal hawker, be it our auto rickshaw, taxi drivers, be it a connectivity to the station by way of BST buses to many other things. And when we take into the consideration all that, we need to have more spaces near the suburban railway station area.
Mumbai is the only city where the per capita open space is less than 0.9 meter per person. Is there a way where we can kind of take up this challenge by creating maybe basketball courts at a higher level if you don't have land which can be brought into open spaces?
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, when he was the Chief Minister, Eknath Shinde Saab came up with an concept of cluster redevelopment. Now the cluster concept is like, it is being implemented in all the major cities so that your open space query is being addressed. What is cluster? Cluster is like you take together the slums, the mid-rises, which are the old structures, which are gonna go for the redevelopment. And it is a whole. In Mumbai, we have a threshold of 50 acres. In Thane, we have a threshold of 20 acres. In Kalyan Dombili, we have a threshold of 10 acres, where this 10 acre will be taken together and the reservation will be put. Reservation will be put like playground reservation, garden reservation, hospital reservation, school reservation. So it is an inclusive approach where a slum dweller, which now lives in an illegal household, he will get a legal household, better amenity spaces. Now he does not have, he has zero amenity space. He have zero amenities. But after this cluster, which has already been started in Thane, which has already been taken over in Mumbai, it is now spreading to Kalyan, Dombivli, Ulhasnagar also. Yesterday only we have taken decision to implement cluster regulation in the periphery, my constituency. So this cluster will have all the reservation which will create an amenity space, open space for all the household who are living till now in the slums or who are staying in the mid-rises or the old buildings, old structures. So the amenities which the new person will get, who will pay for it, and same amenities will be given to that slum dweller. He does not have to pay anything. He will get his legal household with all the amenities. So that is a cluster model which have come out of a mind of Deputy Chief Minister. Nowhere in the world this cluster housing policy is there. It is only being done in this MMR region. So it is an innovative concept, inclusive concept to include each and everyone in this.
Mr. Kalyankar, there are three questions. One is, can we scale up housing creation? Second is, can we, in the interim, improve quality of life in slums? And third is Dharavi redevelopment project, where it is going, what are the kind of successes, and how do we kind of see this as a model for other larger slum pockets in Mumbai?
This is the only country and perhaps the city or state where we provide 300 square feet houses free of cost to the slum dwellers who are eligible. So we will be providing 5 lakh 9 houses till 2030. So 2030 is the time limit which SRA has planned to provide 5 lakh almost houses for rehab units. While if we consider all these 29 years, SRA has provided only 2.97 lakh rehab units. But now, what we have done is we know how many schemes are in progress. Right now, 1,000 plus projects are in pipeline. We have given permission for at least 6.25 lakhs of rehab units till today. So likewise, also we have planned for joint venture. Joint venture, we had given 228 schemes to BMC, to Mahada, but this could not work out because of other work. And so now, right now, Mumbai Mahanagar Palika on their land are working on 39 rehab schemes. So what will happen is, BMC will give different portfolio of rehab units, and they can be utilized for rehab of slum dwellers as well as PAP where different projects, vital projects are going on. We have identified 19 clusters in Mumbai wherein the land will be unlocked, the potential will be increased, and out of these 19 clusters, we will be able to provide 7 lakh rehab units within a span of 4 to 5 years. Maybe by 2030, additional 7 lakh rehab units will be created. Likewise, we have almost 600 acres of government land which belongs to central government. So government is in a process. Honorable Guardian Minister has also returned, Honorable CM has also returned, erstwhile our today's Housing Minister and erstwhile Chief Minister has returned to central government and Niti Aayog for unlocking this potential of 671 acres also. So I don't think that this Viksit Maharashtra by 2047, Mumbai will have any slum existence. Coming to the cluster policy, there will be a single master developer who will develop this. And a pilot project on this is initiated in Juhu Galli, wherein we have taken 101 acres. Or if we consider all these 18 or 19 slums, which are 19 clusters, they range from 50 acres to 250 acres. So if we calculate all this, 1,031 kilometer of hectares will be removed in coming years. Coming back to your second question of sanitation and water supply. Certainly there is a water supply to these slums. Also sanitation facility is there. But looking at the crux of it, narrowness, you can't. Coming to Dharavi, if you see, per person there are 1,400 toilets. Though this is the old data, and if we give a leverage of 25%, 30%, that means 1,000 plus toilets are in existence for one person.
No, one toilet per 1,000 people.
Per 1,000 people. So if you consider this data, it is definitely to be worried of. But unless and until these slums are removed, integrated development is done, this can't be done. But today, drinking water facility by BMC is certainly good. Maharashtra's and especially BMC's water quality is supposed to be one of the finest in the globe. Likewise, the Dharavi redevelopment project is almost a 350 plus acres of project, wherein almost government is 20%, DRP is 80%, where we have almost NMDPL has invested 6,000 crores today. There will be a model hub of connectivity underground from where we are planning, NMDPL and DRP is planning to see that all these transportation boarding pass for Navi Mumbai airport as well as boarding pass for this airport can be taken there itself. A multimodal transport hub is coming up. Not only that, almost 1.5 lakhs of people will be rehabilitated there. Not only this, the Dharavi project of skill development for the people of staying there will be also undertaking. Soon before this 15th of August, I think Dharavi Experience Center will be formulated and it will be open for the public. Master plan is ready. Government has given...
Multimodal corridor is coming in Dharavi, in
Dharavi,
the DRP. Okay.
Yes, that is under plan. Okay. We have asked the BEST also, we have asked railway authorities also, we have asked Metro also, how this hub can be developed there. It will be an integrated. Also, BMC has taken that Miti River beautification, and I think this will be one of its kind, a very beautiful project of Dharavi, which will be seen in coming 7 to 8 years. By 2047 of Viksit Maharashtra, Viksit Bharat, we will definitely gallop. Because of this integrated cluster approach, I think untapped utilization of land will be open to all. Not only that, urbanization, which is growing at a very large pace in Maharashtra, that will also suffice because of the ancillary and peripheral cities which are connected to this.
The event continued as the conclave welcomed its chief guest, Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister, whose landmark address on Mumbai to Surjagarh Expressway to Prosperity set the stage for the most anticipated conversations of the day.
राष्ट्रीय और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समाचार, देश विदेश का राजकारण, अर्थव्यवस्था और सामाजिक घटनाओं का सच्चा जो प्रतिबिंब है हमें हिंदू में दिखाई देता है, यह भी मैं विशेष रूप से यहाँ पर कहूँगा। द हिंदू डिजिटल युग में भी अभी अग्रणी हो गया है। खबरों का महासागर है हिंदू, खबरों का महासागर है और विकास का है सिंधु। जग को जानने के लिए बस काफ़ी है द हिंदू। मुंबई मेरे जितने करीब है उतने ही सुरजागढ़ यानी गढ़चिरौली भी करीब है। ठीक उसी तरह मुंबई से सुरजागढ़ लगभग 1000 से ज़्यादा किलोमीटर है, लेकिन हमने केवल 4 साल में इस दूरी को लगभग कम कर दिया है, मिटा दिया है। यह मैं फ़ख्र से कहता हूँ। डेवलपमेंट इज़ नॉट अबाउट फैक्ट्रीज, रोड्स और बिल्डिंग्स, डेवलपमेंट इज़ अबाउट पीपल। हमारे को लोगों के साथ यहाँ पर कनेक्ट होना पड़ेगा और रिमोट एरिया को डेवलप करना पड़ेगा, तो और वहाँ की कम्युनिटी जो है उसके साथ कनेक्ट होना पड़ेगा, तब जाकर हम ये सब को रोक सकते हैं। महाराष्ट्र की इकोनॉमी 500 बिलियन का टारगेट अचीव कर चुकी है। 230 तक महाराष्ट्र की इकोनॉमी 1 ट्रिलियन नहीं 1.5 ट्रिलियन डॉलर बनाने का जो टारगेट है वो भी हम पूरा करेंगे। वो कैपेसिटी हमारे महाराष्ट्र में है। हमारी डेवलपमेंट जर्नी के 3 मुख्य आधार हैं। पहला है स्ट्रॉन्ग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, दूसरा है मॉडर्न एंड फास्ट ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम और तीसरा है कॉमन मैन के लिए अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग। लोगों को घर भी यहाँ पर जो है अफोर्डेबल होना चाहिए। वहाँ पर कई प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं, मेट्रो के चल रहे हैं, वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट चल रहे हैं, रेल के चल रहे हैं, मल्टी मॉडल इंटीग्रेशन हो रहा है, ये सब गेम चेंजर प्रोजेक्ट है। अटल सेतु है, कोस्टल रोड है, बुलेट ट्रेन है, दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेसवे है, वाडवन पोर्ट है, सारे प्रोजेक्ट एमएमआर का मेकओवर करेंगे। नवी मुंबई एयरपोर्ट तो बन गया है, 2032 तक जो हमारा मुंबई का छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है उसका भी एक्सपांशन होगा। लगभग 6 करोड़ पैसेंजर ट्रैवल करेंगे। मुंबई भी अभी हमने स्लम फ्री करने का एक संकल्प किया है। धारावी का आप नाम सुनते हो हमेशा। धारावी तो आसिया में नंबर 1 झोपड़पट्टी है, सबसे बड़ी झोपड़पट्टी है। क्या उन्होंने ऐसे ही रहना चाहिए? बाजू से गटर बह रहा है, टॉयलेट का पानी बह रहा है, नाले का पानी बह रहा है, छोटी छोटी झुग्गी झोपड़पट्टियाँ 10 बाय 10, 8 बाय 8 में रहना है। क्या वो इंसान नहीं है? तो उसको भी सरकार ने हाथ में लिया है। क्यों हम अच्छे मकान में रहेंगे, बंगले में रहेंगे, फ्लैट में रहेंगे, उनको वैसे ही रखेंगे? उनको भी नियम से जीने का अधिकार है और सरकार ने पूरी तरह उसमें ध्यान दिया है। और सब लोग बोलते अदानी को ये दिया, अदानी को वो दिया। मैं कहता हूँ गवर्नमेंट की उसमें 26% भागीदारी है और हर एक को घर वहाँ मिलेगा। पहले सरकार ने कहा था सिर्फ क्वालिफाई लोगों को घर, मैंने कहा नहीं, फिर विरोध होगा। सब जितने रहते हैं उनको सबको घर देना चाहिए। मैं आपको कहूँगा, बताऊँगा कि लगभग 1 करोड़ का एक घर होगा, 1 करोड़ का। क्या उनको जीने का अधिकार नहीं है? उसमें डीपली अगर हम देखेंगे, जानकारी लेंगे तो पता चलेगा असलियत क्या है। और ऐसा मुंबई को हम स्लम फ्री करना चाहते हैं। मुंबई में 12 लाख घरों की ज़रूरत है, 20 और एमएमआर में 20 से 25 लाख घरों की ज़रूरत है। हम उसके आगे जाके 2030 तक 15 लाख घरों का निर्माण करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन हम फेज वाइज कर रहे हैं। हमने इसमें सिर्फ डेवलपर के ऊपर भरोसा नहीं रखा है। हमने एमएमआर दी है, बीएमसी है, एमएसआरडीसी है, एमआईडीसी है, सिडको है, महाप्रीत है, सभी लोगों को साथ में लाया है। ये सब गवर्नमेंट एजेंसियां हैं, ये सरकारी प्राधिकरण है। और इसलिए मुझे विश्वास है कि जो क्लस्टर की नीति, क्लस्टर का जो पॉलिसी हमने लाया है, क्योंकि इसमें लाखों घरों का निर्माण करना चाहिए हमें। मुंबई जैसे शहर को स्लम फ्री बनाना है और आगे एक भी झोपड़ा बनेगा नहीं, ऐसी हमारी कोशिश है। और इसलिए ये क्लस्टर का निर्माण हम कर रहे हैं।
Next, the event witnessed a special address on Amrit Kaal 2047, what the industry expects for maritime development, charting India's course to becoming a global shipbuilding powerhouse. Let's take a look.
The theme today is infrastructure, but I'd like to speak about one form of infrastructure that is often not given the same attention as roads, airports, metros, or power projects. That is maritime infrastructure, and more specifically, shipyard infrastructure. A shipyard is not only a place where ships are built. It is a strategic asset. It supports national security, creates high-quality manufacturing jobs, develops MSMEs, brings advanced technology into industry, and creates long-term economic ecosystem around it. My central point today is simple. A shipyard is not just a production facility. It's a jobs, MSME, and technology ecosystem. And for a coastal state like Maharashtra, this is a major economic opportunity. India's maritime moment has arrived. The question is no longer whether shipbuilding will grow in India. The question is where the strongest ecosystem will be built and which states will move fast enough to capture that growth. Shipyard infrastructure creates employment, industrial depth, tax revenues, coastal prosperity, export capability, supply resilience, and strategic autonomy. Companies like MDL need the government support for land, infrastructure, clearances, and policy stability. but the government also benefits directly when such infrastructure is enabled, because the returns comes through jobs, MSMEs, taxes, exports, and long-term regional development. If Maharashtra moves, MDL will move with Maharashtra. Together, we can build something that this state and this country will be proud of for the next 50 years.
The discussions continued with a panel titled More Than a Financial Hub, Mumbai from the Eyes of the World, examining the city's growing stature on the global stage.
How do you look at Mumbai and Maharashtra, not just in terms of infrastructure, but in terms of investment opportunities, which might be or might not be related to infrastructure? So if you could take us through the sectors that interest you when you sit here and when you look at Maharashtra, also whether you're looking just at Mumbai or at other towns as well.
As a foreigner coming to Mumbai, coming to Maharashtra, it truly is astounding to see the pace of infrastructure development that's underway here. From your metro stations, I was in Nagpur just last week and riding on the metro there, in line with Prime Minister Modi's instructions to be more economical in our fuel use. To the highway tunnels that are coming up, both in Mumbai towards Pune, the fast train, the metro. Clearly the place is changing quickly. Australian companies have been invested in India from an infrastructure perspective. In particular, our Macquarie Bank has been very active here on toll roads, on airports, and in India, in Mumbai, just a year or so ago, they launched an electric bus leasing system as well. So, they're very active in that space, and there's a lot of interest. So there's a few other areas where we see infrastructure come up. We have one very large company here, Worley, which is utilizing the skills that you have here to provide infrastructure solutions around the world in the oil and gas space, for example. So, Mumbai has a place to play as a source of high quality engineering competency for infrastructure around the world, not just here. There's this renewable energy partnership that we have between Australia and India, and I think as we see the conflict in the Middle East and the sort of pressure that's on fuel supplies, renewables are increasingly important, and there's a very important infrastructure element to that. And Australia can play a part with India in that, particularly through our large reserves of lithium, which are of course fundamentally important to the rollout of electric vehicles.
Well, Maharashtra is of course the leader, the biggest, the natural starting point as the financial capital. That it's logic to start here. But of course, I have seen that there is competition between the states of India, and we know that Karnataka and Telangana have done great job in promoting their capitals also as hubs for foreign investments, and Chennai also a big hub. The value of Finnish investments to India is about 4 billion euros, double more than Indian investments to Finland, by the way. 1/3 of them have come to Maharashtra, Greater Mumbai, Kopoli, Thane, and Pune. Names like Nokia, Kone, Wärtsilä, Huhtamäki, Orion, Konecranes, and Tieto, among others. 3 sectors which have been of particular importance. Education. There are a few Finnish schools in Mumbai and Maharashtra now, and Finland is very well known for the education level, mainly in basic school. Sustainability broadly defined, including circular economy, green technology, and so on, and then digitalization, all kinds of digital solutions, fintech, among others. I mention also now 3 companies. Normet is assisting MMRDA in tunnel projects. River Recycle is cleaning the Miti River, among other things.
Thank you for addressing
that. And finally, let me say that Finland and all our other EU nations, we wait, of course, for the EU-India free trade agreement to come into force, and an increase in trade after that.
This was followed by a special address on India's infrastructure growth trajectory, reflecting on a decade of transformation across rail, road, and shipping. Let's take a look.
The view from Delhi of the Maharashtra infrastructure development is undoubtedly that of a lighthouse, and I hope that it continues to remain the same. As we are all aware that infrastructure is not only a bedrock of the national development, it is the development. It is the ultimate foundation upon which national economies are built. Today, India's infrastructure ecosystem is not only energy and transport, but it spans three vital dimensions, and they are a core physical infrastructure, which is roadways, highways, railways, civil aviation, maritime ports, shipping, and inland waterways. There is this energy sector infrastructure, which is power generation, transmission, and renewable energy networks. Digital infrastructure, which is basically telecommunications and information technology networks. There is also social infrastructure, a vital emerging segment, which includes rural drinking water, sanitation, water resource management, tourism. Combined, these sectors comprise the most crucial levers influencing the economic trajectory of modern India. India's infrastructure narrative reflects a deliberate public policy imperative, a decisive, coherent, and shift towards scale, integration, quality, and sustained public capital expenditure coordinated across the sectors. Crucially, the integration of these distinct economic segments has also been institutionalized through the Prime Minister's Gati Shakti National Master Plan, along with structural reforms in project financing, preparation, execution, and a major push to crowd in private capital. The remarkable achievements seen during the first decade of this governance model, that is 2014 to 2024, when compared to the preceding decade of 2004 and 2014, it reflects a sincerity of purpose that has laid the foundation for transforming India into a developed nation, Viksit Bharat by 2047.
The conclave drew to a close with a special vote of thanks, marking the end of a day defined by vision, dialogue, and determination.
After a lovely day full of sessions, this is now time to say thank you to all our partners, all stakeholders who have been with us today. Firstly, a big thank you to all our sponsors, presented by partner Adani Group, associate partners World Trade Center Mumbai, Bank of Maharashtra, NBCC and Bank of India, broadcast partners Times Now. A big thank you to all panelists, speakers, all the honorary ministers who attended, the social media teams, and most importantly, a big thank you to the entire audience. Thank you so much for being with us and supporting us in all the sessions. Big thank you. See you next year.
Presented by Adani. Associate sponsor World Trade Center Mumbai, Bank of Maharashtra, NBCC India Limited, Bank of India. Telecast partner Times Now.